Hello and welcome to Bharat Blossoms. So, today now we are going to discuss a very important concept in economics, that is the concept of fiat money and legal tender. To know what is a fiat money and what is a legal tender, we need to remember two very important conditions that shall be put to test whether a currency is a fiat money or a legal tender or both or none. So, first let us understand what is the concept of fiat money. So, for any currency to be a fiat money, two conditions must be true simultaneously. Means both the conditions must be true together. If any of the condition doesn't satisfy, the currency will not be termed as a fiat money. So, let's see what are the two conditions. It must be in physical or virtual form. What does it mean, physical or virtual form? Physical forms include coins, banknotes, okay, and virtual forms includes central bank digital currency, CBDC, central bank digital currency. Since many of the countries are now going towards digital currency, so a virtual form is also included here. So it must be in physical or virtual form. And what is the second condition? Second condition is the currency which is in physical or virtual form must be issued by a government of the country. For example, if we take a 100 rupee note, it must be issued by an Indian government or Indian central bank to be called it as a fiat money. So, what can be the examples of fiat money? Our old 1000 notes which have been demonetized can be called fiat money. Yes, let's put these two conditions. Is it in physical or virtual form? Yes, it's a physical note. Is it issued by government? Yes, it was issued by the government. So, a 1000 rupees note is a fiat money. Now let us go to another concept, that is legal tender. So the concept of fiat money leads us to concept of legal tender. So what is a legal tender? Legal tender must also satisfy to again two conditions simultaneously. First condition, it must be a fiat money. For any currency to be termed as a legal tender, if it's not a fiat money. So what were the conditions of fiat money? Must be in physical or virtual form and must be issued by the government. So if any currency is issued by a private entity, whether it will be a legal tender? No, because it will not be a fiat money only. For example, Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is not released by any government or any central bank, it will not be a fiat money. That is means it will neither be a legal tender nor be a fiat money. So for legal tender, we'll test two conditions. First one will be it must be a fiat money, and the second condition is it must be legally acceptable for all debts and transaction. What does this technical terms means if you are giving a 100 rupee note or a 500 rupee notes or a 1 rupee coin to any shopkeeper, anything you purchase, anything you buy, so the person is bound by the law to accept it. He cannot refuse by saying that I'll not accept it. Obviously there are some very technical conditions in some of the currencies, like for example for 50 paisa maximum you can pay is 1000 rupees, but this is not required for exams. You can look at it separately. You need to focus on the concept, that is fiat money and legal tender. So for legal tender, I told you two conditions, that is first it must be a fiat money, and second it must be legally acceptable for all debts and transaction. Now let us look at some examples to make this concept more clear. So here I have put some examples. Let's look at them one by one and decide whether they are fiat money and legal tender or neither or both. Okay. So first one is the old demonetized, the royal 1000 rupees note which we all loved once. So are old demonetized notes fiat money? Yes, we have discussed already, because they are in physical form and they are issued by the government. But is it a legal tender? No. Why? Because the first condition was it is a fiat money. This condition is satisfied. Second condition, whether it is acceptable? No, it is not acceptable. If you go and give someone 1000 rupees note, he is not bound by the law to accept it because it has been demonetized. So this is a fiat money but not a legal tender. This old 100 rupees note, whether it is a legal tender or not. So let us take the condition. Whether it is a fiat money, yes, it's a fiat money. Put the two conditions to test whether it's a legal tender. It's a fiat money, so first condition is satisfied. The second condition, what? It must be acceptable. So this note has not been demonetized. It's still accepted in the market. No one can refuse it to accept it. So it is a legal tender. The new 500 rupees are obviously a legal tender as they satisfy all the conditions. Now look at Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin a fiat money? Bitcoin is not a fiat money itself, because it is not, it is in the virtual form, but it is not issued by any government. So it is neither fiat money, neither fiat nor legal. Remember, this is I am talking in respect of India because we are dealing with Indian government. Some countries like El Salvador have made Bitcoin their legal currency, but that is very country specific, and only 1-2 countries exist which have made Bitcoin a legal tender, but they have declared it. Indian government has not declared it any such thing yet. So if any such thing comes in future, we'll look at it then. Now another one is e-rupee. This is a central bank digital currency. Is it a fiat money? Yes, because it's in virtual form. Is it issued by the government? Yes. People can accept it. Are they bound to legally accept it? Yet. So it is a legal tender. Now look at these coins. The 150 rupees coin, which were issued on 150 years of celebrating Mahatma Gandhi. These are called commemorative coins. Similarly, government launched 75 rupees coins on 75 years of independence. So are these coins legal tender? Can you take 150 rupee coin and give it to someone and ask for something? Is he legally bound? No, he is not legally bound because these coins are just for collection purposes and for commemoration things. Government has not declared them a legal tender and they are not in circulation. So they are a fiat money, but they are not legal tender as they are not acceptable for debts and transactions. Now other two instruments are credit cards and debit cards. Whether credit cards are legal tender or fiat money, the question all boils down to whether credit card and debit card and checkbook are money or not. These are not considered as money because credit cards, debit cards and checkbooks are instruments of money. They are not money in itself. For using a credit card or a checkbook or a debit card, you need to have money in your bank account. Then only you can use this. And if you go and people can reject your checkbooks, they can say that I need cash, I don't need checkbook. So they are, first of all, they are not money in itself. They are known as instruments of money. Instruments of money is another concept. I'll be dealing with that in some other video if you want. Hence, these credit cards, debit cards, all the plastic money, checkbooks are not a legal tender, neither a fiat money. So let us revise once again which of these following are a fiat money and a legal tender both. I'll be marking them in separate color. Our old 100 rupees note? Yes. New 100 rupees note? Yes. Central bank digital currency? Yes. Bitcoin? No. Old demonetized notes? No. Credit card, debit cards? No. Checkbook? No. Commemorative coins? No. So I hope now the concept of fiat money and legal tender is very crystal clear to you. Thank you. Bye bye. See you in next video.